Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid. But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee. A fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go! Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-lie. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-lie.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Robert Turk, on Nat 21 Adventures, here tonight with our last episode, for a little while at least, of Vale of the Failed and the Fallen. This is a role-playing game powered by the Apocalypse that I created about kids that were sucked into a magical realm, set up to be the chosen ones, and then they failed. They didn't do it, and they were kicked out, and 20 years later, they are now back as the broken adults they have become to face their past baggage and try to save the realm again. So that's the game. That's what we're playing. We'll catch you up as we go, and evidently we have a cool new video to show you. So roll the film. I feel like I shouldn't have even done an intro. Like we should have just gone right into that. I feel like I stole its thunder.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, if we can have everybody disconnect from Twitch, and we're just going to start the whole. No.
Okay.
We're not going to start the whole thing over.
Can we just do that on a loop all night? That was awesome.
A loop all
Yeah,
night.
yeah,
right?
it was.
Yeah, we'll see if we can live remix some of it. Like, I have totally now lost my entire train of thought.
We're playing Vale of the Failed and Fallen. We have players, we have characters.
We have characters. Let's start there. Let's introduce our players and our characters around the screen clockwise, starting with my fabulous friend Mab.
Hello, I'm Mab, and tonight I am playing Lala Layla, who is her magic item is the Cloak of Shadows, and she's a street rat. She's a punk kid, general delinquent, kicked out of her home when she failed. So she's a troublemaker and doesn't trust people at all.
Nice one. Wow.
That was good. All right. Hi, I'm Autumn Anjou. You may know me from the Underworld, and if you don't, you should watch Underworld in 2 days. But for now, you're watching Vale of the Failed and the Fallen. That was my terrible promo. And I will be playing Angelica Barnaby, and my particular item is the Mark of Passage, is the mask, which is a diadem in this particular adventure, which gives a Mark of Passage. It's very fancy. And Angelica is she's better than you. That's really all I have to say about it.
She's a YouTube influencer.
Yeah, she's great at stuff.
Right, which is serving her oh so well in this fantasy realm without internet at all.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Around to Cubby.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cubby Out to Belly. You may know me. I don't know. Seems possible.
Yeah.
Apologies if I sound weird. I am broadcasting in from beautiful Colorado, where I'm taking a 3-week clown workshop, because that's how I roll. I'm playing Andrew Thompson, former football player, current exterminator, and real bitter, real shut down emotionally kind of guy. But he is better than Angelica, at least at battle, because I've kind of been carrying the whole party. I'm just saying.
We'll recap here in a moment. We'll cover the last story. All right, and then
you're good with that. You're good. You're real good. I'm glad.
Because I wield Shadow Basher, the Warhammer, the mystical Warhammer, which makes me the group's blade.
Yep.
That's it. I'm Louis, level up with Louis, Little Empire. I am playing Kyle Becker. He is a mattress salesman, and his life has not been good. He hasn't been safe. He has a little PTSD. He works in the mattress store, so he kind of sleeps there most nights. But he is very happy to be having a chance to reclaim this adventure and right the wrongs from before. Almost too happy. And he's just starting to pick up on the fact that the rest of the team is maybe a little laughing behind his back about it. But you know what? He's going to use that to propel him forward.
I don't know. They're laughing.
You guys did make me skip when I didn't need to skip. I remember that.
There's no way Kyle has figured that out yet.
Okay, no, you're right. You're very right. Very right.
Endearing token of love.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah, it's not laughter, it's judgment.
Right.
Okay, cool. All right, cool then, guys. Great. Well, let's keep adventuring.
Kyle is the only one that seems thrilled to be back in the magical realm of Eidolon. When they were here as kids, things were kind of awesome, except there was this big bad force of darkness, the Vassal of Darkness, called Noctus the Nightbringer, who has a spinal column whip blade that crackles and smashes and has shards of obsidian coming out. And in the final battle, Noctis did kill your friend Scout, who was the heart of the group, literally and figuratively. And then you all were kicked out of the realm, escaped by the skin of your teeth. You came back. You came back because you were summoned in some sort of dark ritual by the forces of darkness, ripped from the real world into the magical realm, and landed in some cages. There was some projectile vomiting going on. You broke out, escaped into the sewers, grabbed your stuff, and ran. Smart move there. And then you went and met up with your old pals, the Gastropodarians, in the Mushroom Forest, where they were chanting their religious, monastic, scholarly chants. Weren't all that impressed to see you to start with until out of the Shadow Realm, this giant mechanical crow demon thing attacked and started ripping them apart, and you all kicked its butt. So
You're welcome.
Now you have some friends. You have the Gastropodarians in your vanguard. That was your first milestone of the season. And so since last time, I do want to inform everybody, our viewers and our players, that a couple of rules have changed in response to the last episode. I always tell people, and they don't ever believe me, I always tell people that I am not done playtesting and tweaking until the files go to print. So I reserve the right to change things during this video, after this video, right up until the point they go to print. And then it costs me a lot of money to change things. And so I tend to not do it. I just stick with what we've got at that point. So in the last week's show, Cubby asked if he could use a tether to counteract a bane. Tethers are good things. They're your bonds with the world around you. They allow you to spend a hope to activate a tether, roll 3 dice, and take the best 2. Banes are the bad things that your baggage weighing you down. I trigger those by spending threat. Those make you roll 3 dice and take the worst 2. Hugging it out is not a great option. That's how Scout died.
I don't know.
Bring it in, bring it in.
Don't make hug motions when you say you know that, because it's really a mixed message.
So we are flipping the order of those. It used to be that I would trigger a Bane first, and if I did, there was nothing you could do to block it. After the last week's adventure where Cubby asked, and not the first person to ask, I took it back to my behind-the-scenes playtest group, which includes some other game designers, some long-term players, and a psychiatrist. And right? And they all felt that flipping it around and having tethers go first gave a little more hope to the game. I gave a little more player agency and allowed us to then, in contrast, take things a little bit darker, because the players will always have that option first to use hope, activate the trigger, right? And if they don't have something that applies, then it's my turn to see if they have a Bane. So thank you. Your question has changed the game for the better. Yay!
Go team!
The other change that's happening is a lot of times people ask, hey, I think my vocation applies, your adult job, plus my childhood aptitude from what I was as a kid. I think they both apply. And it's always been, okay, you can have one or the other and get a +1. Because if you stack too many pluses in this game, it breaks the system. Like you're rolling 2 dice, and if you get a +3, you've basically rolled a third dice, the average of a third dice. So we still are capping pluses at 3, but if both your aptitude and your vocation applies, you can use them both. You just can never have more than +3 added to your score. Okay? So you can stack all the things up you want. You just will never add more than +3.
All right, I will.
Yes.
I will max that out.
All right. So, and last time you put the Gastropodarians in your vanguard. That's good. You need people in your vanguard for the final battle. Unfortunately, there was also a lot of threat left over at the end, so I had to make the realm worse. And the Umbrals, the Shadow Folk, are now barely hanging on. They were attacked while you all were partying with birds and slug people. So
So if you end the session with 0 threats in your
Yeah.
threat pool,
Mhm.
nothing else bad happens to the rest of the realm.
Correct.
If we end the end of the session with more hope than threats, can we subtract the number of threats from the
No.
hopes or the other way around or
No.
whatever?
Nope. They are two separate things. If you end up with more hope than half of the number of players, so you need to get 2 or more hope in the pool to make the realm better at the end of the game. It's a trade-off for you didn't like using hope. You need to use hope during the game, right? That's what
Sure.
powers your stuff. But if you've got some left over, okay, well, that's a more long-term benefit that you get from that.
Right.
Same thing with threat. I am using threat during the episode, during the milestone, for bad things to happen. If there's some left over, that means I
don't want
hit you with
I
enough
don't
bad
want
stuff.
the realm to be worse off. I want you to hit me with all of your threats.
Well, that's
Oh,
my goal.
aw,
That's
oh
my
what
goal.
I'm saying is bring it.
Bring it. I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it. Yeah. So I'm gonna bring it. We did all that, and the next step is we go on to our next milestone. So off screen, the group decided that Lala Layla is leading this milestone. Lala Layla will be the keeper of memory, which means they hold Scout's memory closest during this milestone, and also Scout's amulet, which allows them a extra special power. And I believe you all decided the milestone was you were going to go and try to save the Sky Islands to turn it into your stronghold, your fortress against the forces.
I
of darkness.
believe we
Yes.
were going to try and help the Umbrals and secure
Well,
that area.
Yes, you can only do one or the other as a milestone, and the way the game is written, you can never do the same milestone twice in a row. So since your last milestone was establish an alliance with the Gastropodarians, this one has to be something different.
And the other 3 are establish stronghold, strike a major blow, and one thing in the Witchwood, which is where kind of the things went bad last time we were here.
Right. So establishing the Sky Islands as a stronghold will indirectly help the Umbrals.
Okay.
But you're not going to be able to add them to your vanguard at the end of this. Instead, you would be getting a stronghold where your forces can marshal and you can basically set up your
I got it. So like the strategy would have been to add a more powerful entity to our vanguard than say monastic slugs.
I mean,
No judgment.
their story-wise, was that your best choice? Maybe not. Mechanics-wise, they're still going to totally help you. Which brings us
Okay,
to
they're
a
still
new
going to
mechanic.
help us.
They could still totally help you, which brings us to a new mechanic that has not been introduced in the stream thus far, and that is allies.
Power slugs.
Now that you have the Gastropodarians in your vanguard, you can take Gastropodarians with you as allies on your milestones. And the way you do that is at the start of a milestone, you spend a point from your hope pool and say, hey, we're taking a squad of Gastropodarians with us. Those count as a tether. So whenever you are doing something in the action in the story and you're like, oh, you know what, the Gastropodarians could totally take care of this. They're going to handle this part while I do this. You get the benefits of a tether. All right? So that's how.
Plus, a Gastropodarian just handed me this beer. So
right.
Oh,
Right.
Good ally to have.
I mean, now that you're not
Real
kids,
good.
they probably handed you beers when you were kids, but now we can say it and show it on screen.
Yeah, but maybe that's why we messed up last time. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I was pretty lit.
Let's not throw the blame on the Gastropodarians. I think we all earned that failure.
I
You're
mean,
right.
we all know whose
You're
fault
right.
it is at the end.
All of ours. Every one of us here. But you know what? We're having a great time and we're going to make things right again.
Yes.
Skip, skip,
All
skip,
right.
skip, skip.
So
just when I thought we were seeing eye to eye.
we have dealt with we've picked a keeper of memory. We've picked the milestone. The next step is the preparation phase. So if anybody, it's preparation phase, not preparation age. If anybody wants to do something right now before you set out, which would include, hey, we're going to take some of this Gastropodarians as allies on this. This is your time to do that. So if you are deciding, oh, we may need things to go to the Sky Islands with us, now is your time to tell me that you need those things.
I would like the Gastropodarians to tell us everything they know about the situation there.
At the Sky Islands?
Yeah, the recon, the intel.
Okay. All right. This is actually done with a move, so we are going to make the first move of the game. All right. This is a Seek the Truth move. I'm going to tell you some stuff, but you're going to also get to ask questions if you roll well on the Seek the Truth. This is for Mab. So first and foremost, Mab, do you have a tether that you think applies to Seek the Truth?
Defending the injured.
No.
I've got the bond with our good friend. Well read.
Oh, well read. Well read is well, that's your aptitude. So that would add a +1 to your dice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What's your other aptitude?
My personal aptitude is sidekick. Steadfast.
Okay. Steadfast. Probably not here. And what's your vocation again?
Anarchist.
Can you work anarchist into seizing territory?
Know your enemy. I mean, friends. I mean, trust no one. Yeah,
absolutely. So you're gonna get a +2 to this. If you spend a point of hope, because you are using the Gastropodarians, if you spend a point of hope, they would count as a tether. I'm going to urge you not to do that at this point.
No, I wasn't gonna.
All right, so
No
you're going to roll
urging
2 dice unless anybody has screwed with it. I'm not on that screen to see if anybody's screwing with it.
Doesn't look like it.
Do they have a gastropodiatrist or a pedocrinologist?
They probably do.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, I'm
yes,
rolling a couple of-
Reverend Tommy's saying yes. We got it.
Well, I think he's answering the gastropodiatrist question.
I see. All right.
Woohoo! All
So
right,
2
that
dice.
was not a crappy roll. I was 8, and then you
An
said
8.
+2.
+2, that's a 10. That's almost as high as you can go. That is a full effect.
How?
That is a full
Oh my
effect.
gosh!
So that is a solid success on Seek the Truth. You get to ask 3 listed questions, and everybody, all the companions, if they use information gained from these questions to their advantage at any point, they get a +1 to their roll for basing it on this information. However, each of you only gets to do that once. Okay, so it's not +1 for the entire adventure anytime you use this information. It's one time you use it. Okay, so what you know about the Sky Islands is they used to be very lush. They used to be full of life, and people lived there, including the Gastropodarians. And the Flitters lived up there, and it was great, and it was beautiful.
And who lived up there?
The Flitters, little tiny.
We haven't met them yet.
You haven't met them, no. And there were waterfalls that came down, and nobody's quite sure how they floated. They were up there in the clouds, probably magic. Like, that's how stuff in this realm works. It's magic. But once you all left, like once darkness started taking over and sent its biomechanical monstrosities up there, they basically killed the Sky Islands, and the everything up there died. The waterfall stopped flowing, and they're sort of hanging there still in the sky, but they look lopsided, and every so often a chunk falls off. Now you get to ask 3 of the questions under Seek the Truth, Mab.
My very first question is, how do we get up there?
All right. So, well, the Gaspardarians have no idea how you get up there. So they suggest grappling hooks. Throw some ropes up with hooks on the end of it and see if you can pull yourself up. It used to be that you could take boats up the waterfalls. Some waterfalls would come down and some waterfalls would go up. So you just got on a boat and went up the waterfall, like at Disneyland or Six Flags, like where you can go up the water rides.
Yeah.
But they also suggest, maybe you could catch a ride on one of those giant birds. They might be able to hold you, but those things are kind of nasty and evil, and they ate a bunch of Gaspardarians.
Yeah. Recently.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions, Mab?
Can I get help from my friends for coming up with questions?
Yes. Or the chat can ask questions.
Oh, yeah.
Uber birds. So this is not one of my official questions.
Oh.
But nope, because that answers that. You answered the Flits live up there on the islands, and I was kind of wondering what the relationship between the Umbrals and the inhabitants of the island above it. Is it like a peaceful
Oh, well, since nobody lives up there anymore, there's not really a relationship. The Umbrals were stationed underneath them because it was sort of a sheltered, shadowy place.
all the time kind of place.
Yeah. So,
but was it a peaceful coexistence, or was there like tension of the citizens?
Well, the citizens right now are mechanical monstrosities that.
Sure.
Right. So yes, the Umbrals were fighting back against that. Okay. But mostly it was just a place where they could hide, like in the shadow of the Sky Islands. What happens if the islands fall down? That's an interesting question. I imagine it would be similar to what was that place in? It was in the Marvel movie. Remember where they ripped the land up because Ultron was going to blow it up? Sokovia, and then dropped it. That didn't go so well for anybody. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that was nerd cred right there.
There you go. Toss that one out on your interview.
Yeah. Yes, please, and wear the wig.
We don't want the Umbrals to lose their habitat. It's like their natural habitat. They evolved to live in the shadow of these islands. So I don't want these islands to fall. So my last question would be to any recommendations on how to restore the magic there besides eliminating the bad guys?
There we go.
Yes. So eliminate the bad guys, stabilize whatever source of magic was keeping them alive and holding them up, and probably get those waterfalls flowing again.
Waterfalls. Don't go chasing
waterfalls.
Except for the part where they're good. So go ahead and chase them. Yeah, chase those waterfalls. Chase these waterfalls. Okay. All right. So Mab spent Layla's preparation getting information, talking to the Gaspardarians, searching their archives to find out what they know. And all of that comes to you through song and chant. So
they really were saying, go chase up some water.
Yes. Yeah. Why not? We'll go for it.
And Angelica, I hope you did that dance and recorded that for like a TikTok later in world. Because our phones work.
It's just in my camera roll because we don't have internet. Like it'll be great.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else doing anything before we jump forward in time?
I mean, I'm gonna clean off my diadem a very dirty diadem and put it back on.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
Oh.
Yuck.
It
Could
did get
we-
thrown. It was bloody and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
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 And slightly bent from the bird crunching on it.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure did.
All right. You don't have to roll or anything. You just do that. That's
Okay.
totally
Cool.
fine. Yeah.
And I know I can't do this, but I'm asking, can we fix the bird?
Oh, could you try and fix the bird and fly it to the Sky Islands? I don't see why not. You did kill it. Like, it is partially alive.
Like the mechanical side or something.
Yes.
Would we have to stuff a new bird in there?
You all tell me. Like,
We're just.
I'm just asking. This is so out of my
Yeah.
realm of expertise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andy's saying it might be smashed. Andrew, my bad.
Thank you.
I'm remembering.
I mean, I did wreck it pretty badly.
you wrecked it pretty badly. I think it would take a couple of days to fix the machinery of it, and the Gastropodarians are not going to be much help there. Could you animate the carcass of this dead bird through some horrible dark magic? I'm not going to tell you no.
I mean, what about giving it a heart from the little heart?
The heart.
Well, the heart amulet could make it glow very bright.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
We'll figure it out though when we get there. There might be other birds, or there might be a staircase people forgot about, or some ladders.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you no. If you all really want to go that route, I think it's awesome. But y'all are going to have to tell me how you do that. Like, is there an easy way to animate a dead bird, make it come back to life, and fly you to the Sky Islands? I don't have an answer in my head, but that's not going to stop you from doing it. And it could be an awesome, gruesome solution to your challenge.
Awesome, gruesome.
I think that's probably not the impression we want to give that round to.
I mean,
So Andy's preparation is going to be working with the Gastropodarians to construct a dirigible ship.
oh,
Like
Okay.
modifying a ship with airbags so it can flow, and making sure it has some offensive capabilities, because we're not going into a friendly place.
We're going dirigible. I love
all right.
it.
Yes.
So you are building a dirigible. All right. Let me check.
I could
something.
picture an upside down shell for our basket or something. Or even the balloon part made like some sort of shell motif in there.
Oh yeah, there's a spiral on it.
A
Definitely.
spiral, and stitched into a spiral, the inflatable. Beautiful.
Great.
The
That's
fiber
great.
crafts of the Gastropodarians, truly breathtaking work.
Renowned. Almost as good as Angelica's crocheting.
I mean, sure.
She's always been a bit of a hooker. You know what I mean?
Well done.
All right, Cubby, you're gonna have to make a roll here,
All right.
and this is going to be a lead the charge roll.
Oh yeah, because I need to
Motivate them.
oversee.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, you're wanting something that you do not have at your disposal right now. You are changing, in this case, the situation, but also the story from a much bigger perspective. So overseeing the construction of a dirigible by these slug monks. What is your? Do you have a tether that applies here?
Well, it occurs to me that one of my tethers is using the skills of football, and one of the skills of any team sport is communication.
Yes, but you show me a football team that can build a dirigible, and I'll give it to you.
All right. Okay, well, I can because the Eagles could totally do that. The Philadelphia Eagles could build a dirigible if they wanted to.
Have you
Yes.
never seen the Goodyear blimp?
Yeah, who do you think made it?
Oh, okay.
It's the football team that makes their own blimps.
Okay,
That's a
all right.
fact.
All right, okay. You have successfully BS'd your way into that answer with the Goodyear blimp. Yep, you are spending a point of hope, and you have a tether. You get to roll 3 dice. What is your vocation? What is your aptitude? And do you have any other abilities on the right-hand side of your sheet that might give you a +1 here?
Can it be a hot air salesman?
He's not a hot air salesman. He's an exterminator.
No.
Does not apply. Athletic, I think, was the other one.
Yeah, athlete.
Yeah. Does not apply because I let you BS your way into the tether.
I wasn't going to push my luck that far.
So roll 3 dice and take the best 2. Unless somebody from the chat screws with it.
Yeah, let's see if we got anything.
Come on, Papa needs a damn dirigible. Why did one of the dice
It
disappear?
just occurred to me that was the highest I've rolled in this entire game.
Okay, I did roll 5 and 2 2s. So I rolled a 7.
That is a costly success. You managed to get yourselves a dirigible. Now there is a consequence. You can either give me threat, you can take stress, you can take harm. Do not take harm. The only time you ever want to take harm is if you cannot do the other things, or you can ask for a trade-off.
I mean, I definitely want to know what the trade-off would be.
All right. So the trade-off is going to be that they actually, the way they build this, whether you take the trade-off or not, the way they build this in the mushroom forest is they've got those giant spore mushrooms, right, that are already like the dirigible insides, and they're so it's already, the basic structure is there. The trade-off is it will get you to the islands, but it will not get you down because it will have released all of its spore gas getting you up there. That's the trade-off. You don't have to take that. You could instead start with stress or give me more threat.
I mean, as much as I'm sure this would stress out Andy, it also feels like really fitting that we can get there, but we have to find our own way back.
Yeah. All right.
I think that's good for us as a team.
Trade-off
Yes.
is. All right.
Wow.
All right. You have got a mushroom-powered dirigible. I love it.
Yeah, good idea. I love the spores making it happen too. Like spores releasing and making it float and stuff, and we have to squeeze them, and it's fun.
You don't have to squeeze them, but
we
Kyle
do.
is convinced that you do. So
Look at that little guy.
all right, Kyle, Louis, what is Kyle doing?
I want to see if. I guess I want to get some grappling hooks.
Oh, that's a
in
good
case.
idea.
For
Yeah.
getting down rope and stuff. I want to get rope and stuff. So we
Absolutely.
stock up on some rope. Make sure we have
Absolutely.
some Lunchables too.
Yeah.
So a couple basic supplies: salt, Lunchables, rope.
Maybe some
am-
gastropodarians.
Yeah, I'm not going to let you have salt
wait.
from the gastropodarians.
No, we roll in with a huge shaker of salt.
The other stuff, absolutely, but salt
Okay.
would be very scarce around here.
But also, I would like to, and as we're getting those things together, I would also like to say, hey, and if some of you guys want to come along and help us, that would really be great too.
All right, I want to point out, you can totally do that. That does cost you a point of hope to bring them with you. And that would take you down to 0 right now. You can get hope back in the pool, but
Okay.
you wouldn't have any right now.
Guys, no, you're saying don't bring them? We worked so hard.
Yeah, but they got work to do here.
Yeah, and what's the point of saving them just to like kill them on the mission?
Damn.
Nobody's going to die on the mission. What are you, Andrew?
Well, mechanically, you can in fact burn them as a tether, which would be them dying on the mission.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just get the ropes and
possible.
a little bit of food.
All right. I love that you actually get ropes and food, and Angelica polishes her tiara.
Exactly right. The whole time we're all doing stuff, building the thing and everything.
Yeah.
I'm not going to apologize if I hear that snail-like monks are our allies, and the only role I can think of for them is cannon fodder.
Yeah, that's. I mean.
No, they can be inspirational.
All right.
Can be
So,
fodder.
I mean, they gave you some information, and they helped you build a freaking mushroom dirigible.
Yes.
Cut them some slack. Okay, preparation phase is done. All right, so you all are going to travel. Let me pull up your map.
Woo! I'm loving this idea of a snail shell dirigible.
Yeah. Cut it on your laser.
Find your map. I thought I had it, and then it didn't pop up.
This
There's
is the song of the map. The map appears here. Soon it will be here. Map, map. Soon it will be here. Map, map.
Map, map. Soon it will be here.
Map, map.
Screen. Share screen. Share.
Soon it will be here. Map, map.
Map.
Which freaking screen is this?
Anyway,
Soon it will be here.
Map, map, map.
Yeah. Oh,
I think it's because
here we go.
Lala is.
All right. Toss that in there. Sorry about that, folks.
Oh, here we go. Beautiful.
Okay,
guys.
so you're going from the mushroom forest, right there in the middle side, over along the river to the floating sky islands, just so everybody has a visual. All right, and that's going to take you several days worth of traveling. Stop sharing that screen. Go away, screen. And as you're traveling there, if anyone has reflection marked, you get to enter around the campfire scene.
I've got a reflection mark. Do you guys have a reflection?
I don't.
What about you there, Andrew?
Nope.
Okay.
I just rolled successes last session.
Well, there you go. That's part of it.
Do we name it
Angelica
Scout?
has some reflection.
Yeah, I have a reflection, and also if we name the dirigible Scout, that would be adorable.
We can call it Scout Ship.
Yes, it's Scout Ship. And it's appropriate since it's going to get you there and then die.
Dude!
Oh,
Dude!
I mean, so there you go. Yeah. So either one of you can start an around the campfire scene. We should check really quick who has stress marked on their character sheet.
Ooh, I got 2 stresses.
All right. Cubby has no stress marked.
No stress.
No. Angelica has 1 stress, 2 stress, and 2 stress. Does anybody have any harm marked? No, 0 harm. So starting out with stress is normally not a good thing. Someone may want to do an around the campfire move to tend to your wounds.
I do.
That is
I
the
want
name.
that.
Okay, so you're going to clear 1 point of reflection, Mab. And you are going to start a story about a battle you fought or how your fallen companion helped someone in need. You're going to start the story, and then around the table, other people can add to it. And this is a story about your first time in the realm as kids. This is not you all as adults. So Scout is still alive. You have not had your final confrontation. There are some story prompts under the tend to your wounds, but you can pick something else if you want.
These are great. We're ambushed by bandits.
Yep.
Okay, so I mean, hey guys, we're just floating along here, and
Hey.
maybe I don't know if it's like the fun spores from are dirigible, or I don't know, the downtime that's getting my brain going, or just the fact that I'm a little on the stress side. But I am thinking about that time we got ambushed by bandits. Like, they were just local citizens, and they jumped us, and they didn't know who we were. We didn't know who they were, and we got into the fight. You guys remember that?
Yeah. And so, Autumn, do you have something to pick it up from there? I can ask you questions if you're not sure where to go.
Yeah, no, I can take it from there.
All right.
Yeah, I do remember that. It was terrifying. And meanwhile, it was the four of us against all of these guys. And I was spending the whole time wondering where the heck Scout was. We had lost sight of her again. And Scout was like a mix between Snow White and Bart Simpson, just either flinging things at things or chasing down chipmunks to put them in her pocket. And it was, I didn't know which to be more afraid of. So thank you for bringing that up. I can't even, finding her was half the battle, genuinely.
I mean, the main thing I remember was that it was terrifying. They were all wearing cloaks. They were all wearing hoods. So we were halfway through the fight before we realized that they were just a bunch of scrubs. And we were just beating down on some villagers. They looked so terrible. And of course, Scout would go missing, because our heart would have seen through that immediately. And in fact, I mean, it's when Scout showed up again that it all really turned around.
I remember that Scout jumping off of a rooftop. It seemed almost bounding up with the dawn light over that rooftop. Our heart finally landing in the middle and stopping everyone and telling us everybody to stop. Scout was like, no, that's you got the wrong idea. Come to find out, I think Scout had told them we were bad guys, and then let us on that maybe other bad guys were. I think she mixed up the whole thing and then realized she had made a mistake, jumped in the middle, and then saved everybody before anybody died. And again, that's the heart of Scout: complete mischief and mayhem, but also coming in to save the day and save everybody at the end. That was great. And they gave us what was that? Go ahead.
No, I just said they were a hot mess like that. Always.
They were a hot, beautiful,
Yeah,
a hot,
and
beautiful
that's
mess.
the thing that really worked my nerve too, because they're walking all over my turf. I'm the troublemaker. I'm the one that's supposed to go missing in a battle. Why was I the one, like right there in the front of the fight? But when I realized, with the help of Scout, that they were just, starving people, you can't fight that. You just gotta help them. Not that I'm a good guy or whatever, but
all right,
or whatever, or whatever.
So
you were great that day,
Matt.
You baked bread for everybody.
You get to roll some dice. 3 dice. Take the best 2. And since everyone added to the story, you're going to add +1 to your final score.
woohoo!
Oh, I'm gonna buy. What do I need to buy you a reroll?
What'd you get?
Hey, is that a reroll?
No, that's you get to clear a point of stress by telling the chat a happy thought. There's a reroll from Level Up with Louie.
Because I rolled a 1, and a 2.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. You get to reroll one of those dice, and only because this is Nat 21 Adventures. Normally, you would not get to reroll.
Thank you, Nat 21.
1, and it's a 6. Thank you.
So you got a 6 and a 2.
Yes,
which takes it to an 8.
An 8.
All right.
+1 is 9.
+1 is
Oh my
9.
god, I've never seen so many low dice. Like that.
Yeah.
When I rolled that 10 earlier, I that was like, oh, that's super high.
Yeah.
I know how to do this.
So I
Yeah.
will say, since we're not going to see it happen, if you do fail on an around the campfire move, you do get a benefit, but the embodiment of darkness actually finds you through your campfire and manifests and does something horrible as well. Yes, talking about the past draws attention to yourself if you're not careful. So, but you pulled it off. Every companion may remove all of their marked stress. So,
Thank you.
yep. You
Thank
all
you.
reminiscing about bandits and railing on Scout allows you to just sort of,
Layla.
yeah, flying up
I'm
there
so
above
glad you brought that
everything
up.
in your mushroom dirigible.
Yeah.
Just, yep. You clear your heads. It's probably the mushroom spores, actually.
Yeah, I have no doubts about that. We are absolutely getting high.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I'm cool
And
Especially Kyle, because he thinks he has to keep puffing them.
Pushing them, yeah.
Yeah.
it's just right. And that's why it's not going to have enough to get back home, right?
Great.
So,
sorry guys,
Angelica, if you want, you can also do around the campfire to inspire through song or story or weave a tale of wonder or woe. You don't have to. You can hang on to your reflection. Remember, if you get 3 points of reflection, you get to add a new tether to your sheet. I mean,
So, God.
No, I was.
Yeah, so if I can get to 3 reflections and get another tether, I think I'm gonna hold on to my reflection and get there because I'm close.
Yeah. Using one to heal like that is a very good idea. But saving them up, that's also fine. All right. Okay. So that is the end of the around the campfire. The dirigible is approaching the Sky Islands. And you can see from up here that they are ruined and desolate, and you see like it seems like a fire has swept through, and there's multiple islands, right? And it's swept through all of them, and there's just burned buildings and crumbling ruins and ashy hunks of tree left behind. You can see like where the waterfalls would have gone, but they're totally dried up and choked with I was gonna say choked with weeds, but dead weeds, burnt, dead, scrubby weeds and debris. And you do not see, at first, you do not see anything. And as the sun sets below the islands and it becomes dark, you feel the dirigible setting as well. It's starting to sink, and there's just a moment where you all have to decide whether you're gonna grab those grappling hooks and jump for it, or if you're gonna go down with the dirigible and find another way up. And that's when you start to see the glowing eyes in the ruins.
But in the ruins?
In the yes, in the blasted ruins of what once was the cities on the Sky Islands.
Okay, guys, are we going up top or down low? I know it's easier to go down than up, but
we gotta land this thing on the
grappling hook.
Oh, sorry, it's not a gun. You have to do the swing thing. They didn't have the gun version.
Grappling
hook. That's it. And then we'll throw it.
Yeah.
I asked for the gun version. They said they never saw Batman. I didn't believe that.
What about
Right.
the crossbow version?
I wish. They said they had no idea.
Just a version.
And they didn't have hands. And so they were a little like, they thought I was rude, honestly, about it.
Well, there you are. Yeah. So you all can grappling hook. You were prepared for this, right?
Yeah, okay. And then we can,
It's kind of like
yeah.
if you've ever been on a boat and a boat comes up to a dock, there's a moment where you can just step right off the boat onto the dock and the boat can keep going. And that's
Right.
basically what's going to happen here. I don't recommend it, especially if it's your boat. That's a horrible way to dock a boat. Because then somebody is going to have to scramble to throw ropes and all that stuff. But it looks really cool in the movies, like when the boat's just gliding up and you just Jack Sparrow walk right off of it onto the dock, right?
Yeah, so that boat was sinking. Fun fact.
Your
This
boat
one.
is sinking. Your dirigible is
this one.
sinking. So
So yeah, let's hop off onto the island. Use this grappling hook, secure what we can, and use this rope to kind of use it to climb down if we need to. And then we have it hooked up here, more secured. It's easier to go down than up.
absolutely. So the glowing eyes scattered throughout the dark buildings up here, the crumbled, burnt out buildings, blink out one by one. And you hear occasionally some machinery noise, a groan, a scrape, but that's it. I think this is a great point for confessions.
You're probably right.
Oh boy. Hang on, sorry.
No, you're
Finding it,
fine.
finding it. There we go.
Confession.
Oh no,
You
I
did
always
great.
do that.
That's okay. You can go first.
Oh, okay, sure, I'll go first. Yeah, this is just like the yacht on Santorini. This is just like the yacht on Santorini. Just as many judging eyes coming out of the windows, but that was more fun because I wasn't in mortal no, you know what? I was in a little bit of danger, but not mortal danger. There was a lot of gluten on that yacht though, but this is different. I don't like this, is what I'm trying to say. And I don't like Santorini. Ew.
You know, we spent all of this time just focusing on the next part of the plan, getting to the Sky Islands, getting provisioned, getting the intel we needed, cleaning hat. We spent this time well, all of us, but it suddenly occurs to me that we didn't make a plan.
No, we did not.
Kyle grabs onto the rope and almost skips up the rope to land onto the edge of the plants, looks at it and kind of grabs the dirt, rubs it, smells it a little bit, and it's like, I think we can regrow. This is good dirt. We can regrow this place. All of you glowing eyes, this is your warning. We're back, and we're going to let you know. And then kind of slips and falls, grabs the rope, climbs back up.
These forking weirdos. Oh my forking dog. Look, we bad guys or not, I don't even know why we're here again. Something about we got to take this island. I feel good about taking this island. I like this place. I like the shadows underneath. Oh, I just got a good idea. I can express train down to the guys down below. Tell them we're here. Okay. You know, and I have this heart. And I'm thinking maybe I can make the glow thing make the bad guys go away. Like kind of use this heart to plant like a light in this. I don't know. Does any of us know what the fuck we're doing? Honestly.
Okay. Are we supposed to play a video at the middle point?
No, but I am gonna do, if you will allow, some
Yes.
words from our sponsors. Friends, those of you who don't already know all of these things, I'm gonna tell them to you anyway. We are brought to you by Destination D&D's New Orleans tour. This is in November. Tour of the city by day, tabletop game by night, and of course, finish the event with a visit to the Louisiana Renaissance Fair. Visit DestinationD&D.com. That has been changed to learn more about that. We are also brought to you by Mavs Mobile Mercantile. Stickers, mugs, magnets, and more can be yours at mavsmobilemercantile.com. I know what else we've got. We've got tabletop teas. And if you would also like to have more Twitch gaming, twitch.tv/ZGoesMeep is our beloved Z doing some fantastic gaming a couple times a week, I believe. But yes, what do your favorite characters and nerdy pop culture references taste like? Find out from tabletopteas.com. Make a purchase of any of the fantastic flavors, but also there are 3 Nat 21 Adventures specific flavors, including Pink Mist. Oh yeah, we can figure out what that tastes like. It tastes like vengeance, friends, and also berries, apparently. Also, we are brought to you by Little Empires. Oh yeah, actually, Louis, do you want to give us the rundown of this one? You want to do the voiceover here?
Little Empire. If you need a little bit of tabletop creativity on your tabletop, Little Empire's got you woodcut items and polyurethane cast pieces by brothers Joe and Lou Skerdak. Each piece slept within their beds every night, so every piece has a little bit of love built right in. We spoon them, we love them, and we ship them to you, Little Empire.
I'd buy that for a nickel.
Now I want one. That worked. Also, we just want to point out for those of you who might not realize with our newer schedule, we have rotating shows on our Thursday evening time slot. So we have shows like Mab Labs Thursdays at 7 or 8, depending. We also have a wonderful show called The In Between Tavern Between Worlds, where some of your favorite characters end up through the veil and into a fantastic tavern full of adventure and drink recipes. We've also got Madame Ansa's Tarot Show, which is the final Thursday of every single month. But right now we have something spectacular coming up on Thursday, at least in my opinion. In 2 days we have episode 8 of The Underworld, so be sure to check that out. And speaking of The Underworld and being a Patreon Saints game, where our Patreon supporters join us and become players in our games, you can do that too. You can go to patreon.com/nat21adventures. Oh gosh, there's so much going on. I am just writing up the September schedule now. It is packed. We are going to have our monthly contest. We have our monthly AMA. We may just have something extra special for you as well. But yes, you can win prizes, participate in content, get some bonus content, behind the scenes looks at stuff, all kinds of things like that, and discount codes every once in a while. We may have one for you. Stay tuned. But patreon.com/nat21adventures to join us and learn more. And now the most important thing of all, we are supported by you. Yes, my friends, we cannot bring you nonsense like this unless you are here to witness it. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you to our moderators for always being super supportive and helping us out. And to every single one of you, we say huzzah.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! All right.
There it is. Huzzah.
What do you mean they leveled up?
I have no idea.
You know what, Mab? I think you do know. I think I just our Patreon friends just leveled up thanks to Mab. So I'm not mad about it. I get to throw more monsters at them. That's fine.
Good.
Remember
good.
this. Remember this.
All right. I have no idea what's going on, but yay! Okay, that's normal.
Classic Robert.
Yes. But not 21. That is normal for me. I'm just
right.
I'm rolling along. Yes. Do the stuff. Do the things.
I'm just jazzed to be on the show.
I'm just
here, happy to be here.
First day of school today. Woo! So, where were we? Oh yeah. So there you are. standing on the edge of the sky island, ruined, burned, desolated, as your dirigible slowly sinks behind you. Grappling hooks in hand. What do you all do?
I have ideas, but I want to hear what you guys have.
All right.
I mean, Andy just jumps into action. He grapples right to the nearest island and calls Shadow Basher and basically like forms a first line of defense so everyone else can fall in behind him.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Kyle?
Yeah, from behind Andrew, I would probably want to see if I can see any actual figures of any people or humanoids, robot types, because all we're seeing right now are eyes. Like, can I?
Yeah, and those even blinked out, so you just kind of know where they were.
Okay.
All
right.
But everybody's letting Andrew take the front.
I just wanted to know what other people were doing. Kyle?
Yeah, Kyle is going to try to seek a slightly high point in the area to keep an eye on everybody. He's the watcher, so he wants to kind of be safe to jump in if anybody needs anything. He'll also pick up a stick and start turning it like this back and forth, lacrosse style, like he does when he's nervous. So you'll see him kind of just back and forth, lacrosse balling it. And it's just a stick, but it's a cool stick. It's definitely a cool stick.
So a point of clarification. It is a very cool stick. Are you climbing up a burnt tree? Or
a little bit, yeah. I'm trying to see if there's a hill or an area. If Andrew's heading in, I'll be, I'm kind of keeping up their rear a little bit, keeping an eye on things. So if there's a hill or a little bit of burnt, like a shack I could get on, or a burnt tree, a little bit, just to get a view of the area and shout out if I see anything ahead. Or in the distance, keep an eye on things.
I mean, there would definitely be rubble you could climb on, maybe even
a little bit of rubble
of a tower, a short tower, or up a tree, however you want it to be.
I'd like rubble more than a tree. I think Kyle's more of a rubble guy instead of a tree guy.
All right, standing on some rubble.
Okay, so here's my plan, and I will. Lala's communicating this with the rest of the crew. This will make it very bright up here. I was thinking about, we need to secure the grappling hooks so that we can get down and up again if we need to. And I'm going to try to jump into the shadows and see if I can visit the folks down below. But I don't know does my body get left behind when I put the cloak on?
No, you actually go. So you would have to, like, in the shadow realm, you can climb up stairs that are there. Anything that exists in the real realm, if it's used by people, it'll form a shadowy impression. So getting down would be challenging, but not impossible. You can
climbing
certainly
the rope down. Yeah. But then I'd have to climb the rope back up. I can't can't I shadow step?
You could be in the shadow. You could step into, it's like stepping into another dimension. Mm-hmm. You still have to move through that dimension.
Gotcha.
So I'm not telling you no. You can totally do it. Just
I had a vision of like the D&D shadow step,
like blinking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. It's not,
okay.
It's not.
But I do want to have us secure the grappling hook and the rope down.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I do want to make this bright.
Okay.
Okay. Something's going to happen before you make that bright.
Classic.
And that is that since Cubby stepped forward and took up a defensive position, Cubby, some stuff is going to come flying your way. Because that's what you wanted, right?
What else is new?
What else is new? All right. Yeah, I'll spend a threat. Boom. There we go. Maybe. There it goes.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
keep spending those threats.
Yes.
So-
Spending them.
Game Master.
Cubby, things are flying out of the darkness at you, like bits of metal, like machinery, gears, hammers, wrenches.
No weapons, though?
No weapons. What are you doing? If you do nothing, you are going to get smacked in the face with a wrench.
If you can dodge a wrench.
I mean, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Right? We'll see. We'll see if you can dodge a wrench.
Is it coming from multiple locations, or is there?
Yes. Yeah.
So like everywhere.
So yes, I'm just gonna say at this point, if you do really well on your move, you may be able to like run the trajectory back in your head to pinpoint where things are coming from. But at this point, it's you step forward, Kyle climbs up on some rubble, and Layla's securing grappling hooks, getting ready to shine this bright light, and then just boom, out of the darkness, stuff starts hitting you.
I mean, I guess we're engaged in battle.
We're not engaged in battle. This is not a battle. So you can make a move, hold the line if you don't want to get smacked. Like you're just going to dodge or try to block it. You could grab something and hurl it back. Like that's you can really do whatever you want, but you do not. We're not in a 3-round battle right now.
Okay. I'm gonna hold the line. I'm gonna do my best to avoid any of us getting hurt.
Okay. All right. So athletic would definitely apply here.
Yeah.
I don't know that exterminator does. You might be able to make an argument for that. But,
Not yet. Depends on what is throwing things at him.
Well, it's I have spent a lot of time in my life in situations with kind of debris just falling on me, like disused cellars, old warehouses, generally unstructural things. So I would say the only thing I might say is that I have a pretty good sense of when masonry is headed my way.
Yes. Yes.
Cubby, you are good tonight on the trying to win over the DM.
If this was a building falling on you, I'd give it to you, but it's not.
All right,
it's not. There are things throwing wrenches at you. That's very
what about
different.
athlete though? Does
Athlete does?
Yeah.
You get a
just not exterminator.
Not exterminator.
No. The rats usually don't use wrenches.
Yeah, they don't do that.
If they do, they're tiny little wrenches. You don't have to worry about them at all.
Or they're really big rats, in which case.
Oh, well, that's a whole different. Yeah, that's
you got to go back to the truck and get the
tricks.
shotgun for that.
Yeah, you're boned.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a tether that you want to use here?
Not with our last hope.
Okay. And what are your banes? Including your burn tether.
Yeah, I know. It's a wonderful cornucopia of choices for you personally, Robert.
Yeah.
Okay. Thoughts on that?
When someone's safety is dependent on me being the fastest or the strongest.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and trigger that one right now. Let's go for that. So,
look, there's also self-destructive and my burn tether of magic and wonder in general.
So this is not magic and wonder. This is dirty wrenches. So
I'm just saying, if you pulled that at any point in Eidolon, I would be like, fair enough,
right? Yes, and technically it's when engaging with a magic or wonder for the first time. So once you've encountered it once, you're safe from that magic screwing with you again. But I am going to trigger it on because you specifically are trying to block wrenches and hammers and things from hitting your friends. So fastest and strongest, their safety depends on that. Absolutely. You're going to roll 3 dice. You're going to take the worst 2 and add a +1 to that.
Come on, Papa needs another dirigible. Another doubles. So, oh damn it, a 4 and 2 threes. So it's a 6, which makes it a 7.
Which is a success with a consequence. That's a costly success.
7 works.
7 works.
7
so
works.
on Hold the Line, you get to pick one effect from the Hold the Line list. So stop harm from befalling yourself or a target. Make one statement and add +1 hope to the table is also possible here to put another hope on the table. If you stop harm from befalling yourself or a target, you are either going to pick whether somebody is getting hurt. I spent the threat to cause harm here. So since it's still a costly success, you can't cover everybody. So if you pick that, it's either okay, I don't get hit, or my friend
Angelica.
I mean, to be fair, I did say I walked behind Cubby. Maybe not like shoulder to shoulder, but I am the closest one to Cubby, Andy, at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, you are literally.
So I can get hit, but I'm saying that because it's factual.
Yeah.
You are literally the easiest person to defend right now.
Right. Yeah.
But also, I'm going to activate one of my banes, which is the fact that Andrew is pretty self-destructive. So he would take the hit himself rather than put it on one of his friends.
Do you want to then pick adding a hope to the table, making a statement about the situation and adding a hope to the table instead of blocking the harm from falling on you?
If that also means I can kind of make sure that nobody else gets harmed this round, then yes.
Yep. I'm only tossing 1 point out there. So, yeah.
I figure Andrew is going to say something badass, like it's going to take a hell of a lot more than that to stop us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. A hope is on the table, and then you do pick one of the following consequences: mark stress, take harm, give me a threat, or ask for a trade-off.
Considering that you spent a thing to do harm, does that mean I have to take harm, or can I still just take stress?
Still soak it with stress. So that very first point, yes, it's harm coming at you. You can mark stress right now so that you don't have to mark a point of harm, and then you have to take your consequence. So that could be another point of stress. You could give me a point of threat. I mean, I only have 1 at this point.
No, we want to see what happens when you don't have any threat at the end of this game. That's my vote.
You know what? I honestly think this would stress Andrew the heck out. So I think it's pretty fitting to take stress.
Okay, absolutely. Take another point of stress. Yeah. All right. So you're getting pelted with noticeably not rocks. You are getting pelted with hammers and gears and claws, but it's all metal stuff that is being.
But nothing natural.
Nothing natural.
Oh.
All right.
That was worth some stress.
Yeah. And now, Layla, are you activating?
And I'll say, "Oh, forkers! Check."
All right. Yes, the amulet, and by extension, whoever is holding the amulet, so in this case, Layla, glows with a blindingly strong white light. You get a +1 to any roll where this glow might help your efforts.
My efforts to see what's throwing things.
Well, no, but going forward, like if you wanted to pretend you were a, I don't know, god, come down glowing and convince people, like the special effect of, look, I'm glowing. You could say reasonably that gives me a +1. to convincing them that I am.
Tell them you're an angry god, 3PO.
Yes, right. So the globe spreads out, and you see these burned buildings, right? It's almost like you've created a little globe of daylight up here, right?
Yay!
Which doesn't make things look any better. But what you do notice is that at the edge of your light, where it starts to fade, things don't look as bad. Like the deeper you get into the island, the buildings don't look as ruined, if ruined at all. You do not see any living things, as in you don't see giant rats hurling wrenches at Cubby, but you see little tiny rats. Yeah, you don't see like shadows cast by moving. There's, as far as you can tell, there is nobody up here. Like you don't see any beings, but you do see that it's almost like a facade, that the edges of the island are burnt and ruined, and deeper in is looking better.
Okay. I will take a couple of steps forward to
and the hurling stuff stops. Like nothing's flying out anymore.
Because they don't want to show their position. And I will move forward while lit.
All right.
Look at me being brave, Borker.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean,
You
this
go,
is the
Layla.
exact opposite of my game, but hello. We're here to help. We're not here to hurt you. Unless you're bad guys. Then yeah, we're here to hurt you or something.
Yeah, Layla, that'll work.
Yeah, it will. You're right, Autumn. Angelica. Angelica, you're so right. Oh my gosh.
Thanks, Kyle.
Hello.
Yep. So
Did not pick up on the sarcasm.
is everyone else moving in like behind Layla, letting Layla take the lead? Walking through. Yeah. And as you get a couple of buildings in, it's a city. It's not a great well-to-do city. It's a pretty shabby like refugee sort of camp city, but there are tables and chairs and beds and looking through windows, and it is clear that beings live here. You just don't see anything. You do a little bit further in, and actually all around you now, you do hear some clattering and clinking and scraping and some machine noises.
Kyle would like to pull out his lamp that glows different colors depending on if somebody can harm us, if somebody needs our help, or if somebody is there to help us.
Yes. Yeah.
So if there looks like there's people there, I want to know if those people might be people in need, like people left here and trapped in here, or if they're other. I just see if that helps at all.
So I don't have the colors in front of me because I have way too many screens.
Yep. Blue is for those that could help you. Red
Your
is
lantern
for those in
glows.
need of help.
Yeah, it glows faintly blue. It does not. There's not even a hint of black, right?
Okay.
Like, the forces of darkness, your lantern flame would turn black. There is no black up here.
Okay. And I'm sure I point that to everybody. I'm like, guys, this might be in our favor.
Okay. Are you guys umbrals? Because we're here to help umbrals and establish strongholds and stuff.
You hear shrieking like howler monkeys, like angry shrieking that echoes back and forth around you. That's probably a no. Definitely has the feel of no, we don't like the umbrellas.
F those guys.
Yeah, F those guys.
That's La says that she's yeah, I know F those guys in any language. Sorry.
Do we
go ahead?
I was gonna say, do we know what direction specifically the screeching, or is it just everywhere?
You all are surrounded. You are realizing from the sound that things have moved. If you have moved in, they have moved around you.
Oh, okay.
Great.
Did somebody call for a plumber? Help me out, guys.
Oh yeah, keep moving. We're here. We're here to help. We're here to help. We're here to help. Everybody, just let us get this island right again. If you are biomechanical in any way, please line up to the left. Everyone else, line up to the right.
Louis, give me a. I'm gonna have you make a move here.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you lead the charge.
Okay. Okay.
See if you can actually give them a good impression, or maybe get them to do what you've asked them to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to mid-level manager them, which I have some skills at as a mattress salesman.
I will let you have a +1 from mattress salesman. Yes.
Okay,
yes,
great. It's a workshop I took.
Yeah. Hang on though. Do you have a tether you're triggering here?
A tether is a growing up wealthy. I don't think that works. And defending the injured, I don't think that fully works. Nobody's laying injured right now.
Cubby got smacked in the face with a wrench, but it didn't hurt him.
No, he's a toughie.
So, no, neither one of those apply. What are your banes, including your burn tether?
Okay, burnt is lacrosse, my inner child.
Yeah. No.
Not really coming up. Safety when bad things happen, like defending and helping others, like being safe when bad things happen, and careless when paying attention matters. So, any one of those could come back to bite me.
I don't really think I have. None of those really apply now.
Okay, great.
To this, you have been given good luck, it seems.
So that means I get to re-roll one of these dice, I believe.
One of those dice, yes.
Thank you.
So, yeah, you only get to roll 2 here. You're not rolling 3, so you're going to roll 2
Yep, I got 2 right here.
You're going to add a +1, and you do get to re-roll one of them for free. Remember, folks, you can always spend mark stress, to re-roll a single die.
Come on, dice. All right, I'm going to re-roll one of these for free. I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Yeah.
And I rolled a 6. Look at that. There we go. That's a 9 plus 1 is 10.
+1 is 10. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So that is a solid success there. No consequence, which means you get 2 picks from lead the charge. I'm going to say one of them should probably be declare an impression a target now has of you. Even though you don't know who the target is, I think you have made an impression here.
I wanted to impress them that I look like somebody who's in charge of this meeting, and if everything goes well, they know they're going to get donuts and coffee. Like they're like, wow, this guy's up to something.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Mid-level manager.
He'll have +1 on any further rolls. Interacting with them.
Okay.
Cool. Nope, just Kyle does.
Damn it! All right.
Because he's the manager.
Ask me to do something, and I'll tell him. If you have come up with something, ask me.
And then you get another effect.
I think I'm going to try to stack some things for us and add another hope to the table.
Add another hope to the table. Okay, you make a statement about how the situation changes. So what changes here?
What changes is we hear things that may have been being thrown set down, possibly. Like we hear things clank and dropped around them as they're changing their minds about us a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So I very much so. That's a wonderful one. And there
Very
you go.
much so.
Hope added to the table. Do you all continue on with the glowing? You heading somewhere in particular?
Well, we either want to communicate with these guys, Angelica, Kyle, or we move forward and fix the waterfall situation.
Yeah, can we reach any of the waterfalls from this island?
You could, yes. I'm just gonna say, for the sake of shortened storytelling, that you went for the highest island.
Yeah, that's the one I would go to.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So there is a natural sort of spring in the center of the island that a spring makes no sense. It pumps water up from where? From the clouds beneath the islands, sort of siphons it up through the porous rock, and then in days gone by, you would remember this from when you all were imprisoned on this island before. Like, there's this central sort of spring that the water flows and creates the waterfalls going down, cascading to other islands and eventually down to the ground. So yeah, I mean, it's in the dead center of the island. You can definitely head that way.
Tell them we're just going to fix the waterfall. And they can
fixing the plumbing.
Yeah, I don't know. We do that, and then if they've got a problem with it, then they were going to have a problem with it anyways, and or they could just use their words and talk to us. I don't know. That's an option. Use your words.
You get absolute silence back. And for a moment, it's absolute silence, and then you hear like a one of those howler monkey shrieks, but it's just the first millisecond of a howler monkey shriek, and then it's cut off. Like, if you're about to say something dumb and your friend is just like, nope, stop. It's one of those.
So you guys don't speak. Does anyone here speak howler monkey? Anyone?
Not pure
so that
howler.
we understand it. Okay.
I think they understand us, though. They just need to know that we're here to fix the plumbing. Look like you do at work, Andrew. Make it look like you're using your tools.
You're a tradesperson.
I'm not a freaking plumber, Kyle. I'm not.
You're a tools person. Like Layla said, you're a tradesperson.
I worry about your worldview, Kyle. I really do. That being said, Andrew absolutely looks to see if there's anything obviously clogging the spring.
Yes, absolutely. You get there, and it is very obvious that what is clogging the spring is
giant.
It used to be surrounded with these nice benches, and there was probably a gazebo there. All of that has been burned and thrown into the spring, but that alone would not be enough to clog it. What is actually clogging it is the carcasses of giant mechanical biological beasts.
What?
This is so gross. Yeah. Okay.
Large, like the raven that you fought was enormous. This does not seem to be a winged animal, though. It's mostly bone and big hunks of metal.
So gross. Okay, well,
That counts as a non-magical material, right?
Yes, it does
Something
at
a
this point.
tradesman could work with, right?
I was thinking more something that a shadow basher could shatter.
Yes.
mm,
Yeah, this is yeah, you could absolutely go for that.
I'm gonna go to town on just everything in the way.
Okay. I'm going to ask you here, are you going to use your special move? Or are you going to do it slowly, piece by piece?
Considering where we are with these unknown people, I think this is a great. Oh, I that costs hope though, right?
Cost hope or a point of stress, either one.
Yeah, we
You've
put
got a
hope
lot
on the
of hope
table
sitting
though.
there.
Yeah, we're doing all right with hope right now. We put him there to use him up this cycle of adventure.
Yeah, aren't we trying to end with like a lot of hope though?
I
As
think
long as you end
zero.
with two,
I
as long as
see.
you end with two,
I
you make
see.
the realm better.
All right, I'm gonna take on another mark of stress.
Okay.
Oh
All right.
wow! Look
Right.
at you
Now,
buffering that
I
hope.
will say, if you fail the milestone but have hope on the table, stuff gets bad. Okay. So you still want to achieve your goals, and if you have extra hope left over that you didn't manage to use, you get to spend that to make the world a little bit better.
I just feel like this might not be the last thing we need to do to get through this milestone, and I only have 1 point of stress right now, so I feel like I can take this hit for
Okay.
us and kind of set us up for like let's get this milestone.
All
Yeah.
right.
So stress is marked, and I will be using relentless assault.
Sure. Just going to town
ooh.
on it.
Did someone
I
give you
think
a happy thought?
What was that?
Happy thought to enter, so the stress didn't really count.
Oh, yep. If you can find a way to turn this into something happy.
I don't know. Smashing the crap out of something is so satisfying.
Yeah, have you ever just destroyed a shed with a hammer? Because if you have stress in you, that is such a great release. Just pure destruction.
Yeah. Now, I have not done that, but I have stepped out onto the back dock behind a theater building and hurled beer bottles against the concrete wall.
Okay. All
That's a good feeling too.
Yeah.
we both had the same. I was like, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you get to unmark that point of stress. So
Beautiful.
there you go. Athletics certainly applies here. Do you have a tether you want to apply here to this roll?
I don't think footballs or my bond with Louis are very.
Nope,
they're
they
not
don't
really
apply
calling.
No. You're not engaging with magic or wonder. This is non-magical. I already set that up. Being the strongest or the fastest is not protecting anyone here. What was your last one?
Self-destructive.
Okay, this is really kind of self-destructive. But I think I'm not gonna do it. So I may need that threat here in a minute. So go for it. You're gonna roll 2 dice, straight 2, and you get to add a +1 to it.
There we go. Looks
Boxcars, baby.
Boxcars.
Is it
I
two
just-
sixes?
What?
I just rolled double sixes.
Okay, whenever you roll a natural 12, so double
Wow.
sixes, you also get to clear a point of stress.
Oh.
I am now stress-free.
Right, so this
Oh
was
my
extra
gosh.
cathartic.
Wow.
And I believe your special move, so describe what this looks like. You do manage to completely obliterate everything blocking the spring here.
From an outside perspective, though, there was just so much stuff that what everyone saw was just a very crabby Andrew. Just like, first freaking gotta take care of this. Just like kind of walk off into the pit, disappear into it, and then it just kind of shakes and collapses. And then he walks out, probably still muttering.
Great. Same walk-in pace, same walk-out pace. Job well done.
There's a freaking
Yeah.
I gotta do
Gotta
everything
feel a little
around
bit
here.
better after that. You've got to
Yes.
feel better after that.
I mean,
He won't let us know.
a lot. He's still grumbling, but it's a way chiller grumbling.
Great.
And
Lala goes up and like massages his shoulders and it's like, now that's how you work it out.
yeah, yeah.
We sometimes call that banging it out, but you get it. Yeah.
Right. Yes. And that's when you all notice that your feet are wet.
Yay! But like rushing, so maybe we get out of the.
Yeah, it's
out
your
of the
feet are
riverbed.
wet, and then your ankles are wet, and you feel the water moving up your calves.
Okay.
Your socks are wet, and your
socks
shoes are wet.
Your shoes are wet. Yeah, if
Oh.
you were wearing those things, they're wet. Yeah.
Ew.
Angelica, you're
Yep.
right. Gross.
Yep. Up to your knees is wet.
No.
Yeah, we get out of the riverbed.
Yeah.
Good job. You fixed it. Way to go, Andy. Drew.
That's it, guys. Well done. Let's go get the bad guy now.
Kyle, a couple more steps left.
What? Wait,
Couple
you
more
made the water. All right.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because I'm totally curious, is while keeping this lit, I'm going to go into the shadows.
Okay.
What happened?
It's almost like a strange mustache when you put that on your nose.
I know.
Yeah, it's like woohoo! Who is this?
Yes, it's a weird goatee with a
Yes.
curly mustache.
There
Now
we
they look
go.
like balls.
Classic.
Okay. All right. So, for a moment, you step into the shadow realm. Whatever you're carrying goes with you.
Yeah.
So there's this bright light, which illuminates all over the island. There's about a dozen. So they're close. They're around you, actually, not all over the island. They're still around you. There are a dozen life forms, people, right? And the light sort of like pulses out, almost like an atomic bomb wave, right? And passes by these beings, and you see them, right? And the light keeps going through the shadows for a moment. They continue to glow. And then you realize that you are standing in the real world. Not the real, I mean, Eidolon, right? On this thing.
Physical
You are
world.
out of the shadows.
Material plane.
You are in the material plane, and you did not leave the shadow realm to get there. So the shadow realm is gone. And these glowing figures, for just a moment, you can see the 12 of them around you. And as your eyes adjust, you can see that they are still faintly glowing.
Can you
Like
guys
now that
see
you
that?
know where they are, you can
Do you guys see
them.
the glowing guys? It's fading. Do you see them?
Looking.
They're like 12 figures.
I think the rest of you, after Layla doing that, can probably see the slightest sense of glow as well.
Something. I saw something. What was that?
I don't know. It's pretty cool. Did the light go out
No, it's still there. It's still lit. But your cloak is up and you are not in the shadow realm.
This is kind of weird. I'm not in the shadow realm. I should be.
Is your cloak broken?
Back off! Is your cloak broken?
Well, I don't know how
What
cloaks
is wrong
work.
with you? That is so
I'm a
rude.
I'm a lantern dude.
Yeah, well, hold on a second. I'm actually gonna turn the light off.
All right.
It's for science and stuff because I'm wicked curious.
All right. You turn the light off, and it is actually easier now to see the 12 glowing figures. They seem to be glowing from underneath these heavy rags and cloaks, and they have heads made out of metal parts and like goggles, and they look like a little bit like people from Mad Max, I guess, or Jawas, like a cross between Jawas and Mad Max. All right, they're but not short. They're tall.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Do they match the description of umbrals?
Not at all.
Okay.
Umbrals do not glow. Umbrals are 100% living shadow.
Mootini!
Yeah. So this is something different. And they are not standing in the water, but you can tell they're just all kind of standing, watching, and judging you all.
You feel that, right? They're totally judging you.
And we can kind of see them, right?
You can
So
see
they
them.
recognize us.
Yeah. You don't see their faces. But yeah, they seem to recognize you. Yeah, if they're judging you. Yes, you can see that they are trying to, like, it's like if you take a lamp and drape fabric over the top of it, they are trying to obscure this glow that comes from within them. Or
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've genuinely like had enough of this. Like they're throwing things at us, they're not talking to us, and now they're judging us. Excuse me. Hi, which one of you is in charge? Hi. Yeah, I've had enough. Okay. Which one's in charge?
Manager.
Yes. Exactly.
None of them seem to step forward. They're just all standing there watching you. Like, in fact, I think they're not just simply standing there watching you. I think one by one, they all sort of just cross their arms.
Like me? Are they mimicking me?
They are.
Wow.
Andrew.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I know this is not going to help Angelic's case, but Andrew probably takes a pose of contrition. Like, I mean, he thinks we failed Eidolon. Like, that's fair. They should judge us. And I'm sorry we failed you. Like, I don't know how many words they understand, but I am going to go forward and bow my head in apology.
Okay. All right. You hear a voice in front of you. One of the ones in front of you says, "Why have you returned?"
We were brought here.
We didn't return, but we're back. And we're going to do what we can.
Oh. We're going to do what we can to make things right.
Another one still in front of you all. Okay, go ahead, Angelica.
Oh no, I was just gonna wrap it up with and that's that. I want to have the last word. I'm mad at them.
Yeah. One of the ones to your right says, well, who brought you back? And then one to the left adds, and what is your aim on this island?
We were pretty transparent, no pun intended. We were here to fix the plumbing. Fixed. Good job. Andrew, there. Good job.
And also, we need somewhere to work out of. We are going to fight back the darkness. And we need a stronghold. We need somewhere safe where we can build our forces so we can finally lay waste to the darkness, so we can get rid of Noctis the Nightbringer and all of those mechanical abominations.
Easy on the anical bombo.
Louis, I'm going to ask you for a roll here. Would
Oh.
anybody like to provide assistance on his argument?
Yeah.
Nah. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank God.
How many people can provide assistance?
Everyone can actually provide assistance. You just make your own move to do so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold my move.
All right. What are you doing to help him out here, Angelica?
Oh, I am still in my like power pose, just like yes.
Yep. Okay.
You better
All right.
listen.
Okay. So you are going to make the provide assistance
Kyle.
move.
Okay.
So
Kyle.
do you have a tether you want to use here?
I mean, I have when attempting to get something kept from you, and there's
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice one.
All right.
All right, so that does use a point of hope. You get to roll 3 dice, take the best 2. And I'm going to say that social media influencer does help you here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so 1. Don't roll yet, Louis. Let's see what Angelica gets to help you out.
All right. So I'm rolling 3. Best 2.
Take it. Best 2 plus 1.
All right. So the best 2 were a 6 and a 2.
Ooh.
So
Yep.
that's 8 plus 1 would be 9.
Yep. So that
Right.
is a costly success. You can either you pick one effect and one consequence. Your target removes 1 stress. I don't think Louis has any. You can
No.
give them a +1 to their next move. You can give a point of reflection, or you can add a hope to the pool. But you also have to mark stress, take harm, give me a threat, or ask for a trade-off
So I definitely want to add a +1.
to the
Okay.
pool. Yep.
And then I think I'm just going to take a stress because I can afford it at
Sure.
the moment.
All right.
Great.
Okay. So that goes to Kyle. Kyle, do you automatically have a +1 interacting with these folks? Okay.
All right.
Do you have a tether that you're using here?
I do have a tether with Angelica. It's grew up wealthy. It's right on the edge. Doesn't really work. Like I could kind of like almost take some of her attitude, mirror that, but I don't think that quite works. Defending the injured again doesn't work. Banes are safety and careless. Safety when bad things happen and careless.
You know what? I don't think any of that applies. So
I really don't think so. No.
Is there any chance that Kyle took an appropriate seminar?
I do. Oh, I think I did. But the thing was, I went out drinking and karaoke afterwards, so I don't
you
remember.
forgot all of it. Kyle,
I forgot all of it.
What is your inner child aptitude?
Is athlete.
Oh, yeah. See, that doesn't really apply
No.
here either. Okay.
No.
But you get a +1. So you get to roll 2 dice and add a +1 from working
Yeah.
with them. I'm going to
I'm
give
just
you a
looking.
+2.
Yeah.
I'm going to give
All
you
right.
that manager of a mattress store, because this is sort of like
Ooh,
you are
doesn't
trying
he also
to.
have a plus from the last interaction with them?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
I
gets
did have
that.
a +1.
He gets that plus,
I
so
see.
you're gonna have a +2, +1 from interacting with him, +1 for manager trying not to get fired, saving your butt here. It's all my fault, but I'm gonna do better next time.
Yeah.
On the phone with
Oh yeah, on the phone. Like you're gonna get your mattress delivered on time how you want. Do you want that top pillow cushion, the 2-inch pillow cushion?
Yeah.
I'm throwing it in for free.
Yep.
Yes.
So you're gonna roll 2 dice and add +2. Unless
Oh my
anybody-
goodness, this is great, guys. I didn't get box cars, but I did get a 6 and a 5, making 11 plus a 1, so that is an unnatural 12.
It's an unnatural 12. Angelica has
very
been given a happy thought. So
Oh.
your attitude allows you to clear that point of stress.
Hey,
Beautiful.
thanks.
Yeah.
And,
Honestly, attitude is probably her happy place.
It really
That is.
Yep. Yep. All right. So you have managed to change the situation, Kyle. Mechanically, you probably don't want to cause harm to
No.
these people. You may want to take something from them, tangible. You may want to lower their resolve. Oh, that's actually what you're doing. You're trying to convince them here. You're lowering their resolve without hurting them.
Yes, I want them to realize we are here to help. It seems like you were trying to scare us away. The edges of the kingdom are in disarray. The mechanical bodies stacked up. You've been fighting against these creatures yourselves. Let us aid you in this struggle.
All right. And the one
And-
that
Angelica says,
right.
yes.
Yes. Yeah. The one that first spoke to Cubby and his supplicant gestures looks to Layla with the glowing heart amulet. Is it still on? Is the heart amulet still on? Or did you turn it off? You turned it
I
off.
thought
So
I turned it off.
You turned it off so you could see them better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks straight at you and says, if we reveal ourselves, if this island comes back to life, then the darkness will know that you have returned and will see this as a challenge. Are you ready for that?
Give us a couple days.
The darkness knows we've returned.
Oh yeah, they brought us.
We've got to be ready. And we are.
Andy. Through.
Yeah.
Oh, that
And
was.
he's picking up a little magic from Angelica there, a little bit of that. Andrew's going to get his own, like, exterminator TikTok channel.
All right. So the one that there doesn't seem to be a leader among these 12. They all kind of look at each other, like checking in, and then one of them nods, and then a couple more nod, and then they reach up and they pull their heads off, right?
What?
And drop them. And you can see that they were like helmets, they were masks. And underneath their heads are pure glowing light. And you can sort of see features in there, but it's like they're almost like they're angels in the classic traditional sense. They are these glowing ethereal beings. And they undo their cloaks and they're like, they say, so if you're ready to reveal yourself to the realm, we will stand beside you. And these are the Elysians. You had actually met them on your first journey, and they locked you up because they didn't trust you then. They are beings of pure glowing light. The 12 of them have been hiding out here and fighting back against the darkness. So, yeah, they say, hey, all right, we're here. Do you want this to be your stronghold? You want everybody to know the Sky Islands are coming back to life, and this is where you're going to make your stand? So be it. Let's do it.
You guys locked up Scout. You thought you were so smart. I mean, yay! We're glad you're still hanging on and around. And we now have this safe haven for you. When the water's flowing, it's going to wash out all the trash. Unfortunately, it's going to hit some of the umbrellas downstairs. Hey, how do you guys get on with the umbrellas? Are they cool?
You get no answer to that. And it will take several days and probably weeks of repairs and working on this place before even like the water will start flowing. It already has, but eventually it'll build up and waterfalls will start to form. But bringing it back to life is going to take time, right? They have a couple of buildings towards the center here that they've already over the past 20 years repaired to live in. But turning this into a stronghold is mechanically, you've done it. Like story-wise, you have done it. But in the narrative, it is something that will take work, and your allies are going to have to join you here. The Gastropedarians will somehow slither up those ropes without hands. It's like the Tarzan meme, right? Where he's holding the girl and you don't know how he's holding the rope, and they show him from behind. So the Gastropedarians can get up a rope, no problem.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine. It's
fine.
not just a foot.
It's not just a foot.
Yeah.
They clearly can make mushroom balloons.
Yeah, they can make mushroom balloons. It's no big deal. But here's the thing. This is not the time for you guys to not get along with your opposites. I think this is a time for you guys to be allies. They fought so hard to keep going, and I don't want them to get hurt or assumed to be bad guys. I honestly think if the two of you guys teamed up, that you guys would be so unstoppable.
Yeah, if you think we let you guys down, we thought the Umbrals were evil last time. We thought there was no way we could form an alliance. We failed them in ways.
Yeah, you even kind of encouraged that sort of behavior when we met you. You were the reason. You guys were the reason why I buckled when I thought that they were the good guys.
But there might be wisdom in this.
Yeah.
In the world you come from, different people get along and work together for the betterment of your entire realm.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, when they do, it gets better. But when they don't, it works. Worse.
Yeah.
Well, there's only 12 of us anyway. We'll see what comes in the future.
What I'm saying is they can help you turn this into a stronger stronghold.
Yes, and you might be the ones that have to talk to them about that.
Yeah, I think that's next.
All right.
Dot.
That's next. We're going to leave it there. Milestone is done. So, let's see. Where is the book, the rule book? So many windows. So many things.
So many windows.
So many things. At the end, rewards and resolutions at the end of each milestone. Successful or not, but you all were successful. The Keeper of Memory, in this case, Layla, gets to add another ability for their gift. So one of those unmarked abilities you get to add. If the milestone is successful, which it was, it just your light, it just looks like a white piece of paper.
I know. I saw that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all right. For the Patreon folks, since we have reached the end of this section of Vale of the Failed and Fallen, I'm going to update all of the sheets and everything and send them to Autumn to give to the Patreon people so they can see kind of how everything went. From the milestone, which it was successful, everyone, including Mab, may either remove one stress or mark one reflection. Your choice. And you all have achieved a stronghold. So
nice.
2 of the 4 things that you have to do before you're ready to fight the Vassal of Darkness are taken care of. And having a stronghold actually puts a 3rd point of hope in your pool at the start of a milestone. So that's the most you can start with at any milestone. So you automatically get 1. You got 1 because you put somebody in your Vanguard last time, and now you have a stronghold for people to operate out of. So you will start from here on out with 3 hope. And you get to make something of the realm better because you ended with so much hope. And I don't get to make something of the realm worse because you made me use all my threat.
Yes.
So
that was the plan.
Good job.
That
was great.
Really sad when it got worse last week.
Right.
It was weird.
Right.
Yeah.
So you get to make something better. And it's not the floating sky islands, because that actually just gets turned right into your stronghold. So
Can we drive it?
no.
Dang.
I mean, yes, in your
I brought
realm,
a
sure.
mountain to you, Bash.
Sure. If you think there's magical ways to channel the wind and drive these islands around, absolutely. I think that's something you can do. So some possibilities here. The most obvious one from the story is to move the Elysians or the Umbrals up. And probably the Elysians here, because they are barely hanging on. And you would move them up into active, being a force of resistance. They're not in your vanguard. The 12 of them are not going to go to war with you at the end unless you put them in your vanguard. Yeah, it's Hal's moving castle, only in the air. But
it doesn't move.
Castle in the air.
It's the castle in the sky.
Isn't that another?
And it's not a tax dodge.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Is that what Hal's moving castle was? Was just a tax dodge?
Yeah, they get into it in the novels.
Oh,
Right.
It really was.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh man.
Goodness, I can never remember how to edit this PDF. But so you all get to decide, what do you make better in the realm? That's the one that makes the most sense, is to make the Elysians a little bit better. You could make the Umbrals a little bit better, since you can say,
Mav,
hey,
this was your hold of the sacred charm. So is there anything that pops out to you?
I mean, giving the Elysians the security, I think, is not a bad idea, but it's up to you guys.
So
No,
you could also say there's only 12 of these Elysians.
Yeah, they're
You could
still kind
say-
of hanging on.
Yeah, you could say that the way the realm gets better is you convince the Umbrals and the Elysians to work together, and that makes
There
the
we go.
Umbrals better.
I'm thinking they need to get better, especially if they're right underneath the Elysians.
Great.
So can they turn into a force of resistance with the
They can.
ally?
Yep, they will move to a force of resistance.
Like I said, I got
Great.
really sad when they did worse.
Yeah.
No, you're bringing those together. Your chaos, your peanut butter and jelly chaos is smoothing out. You're making them happy.
Goober, what is it called? Goober, the goober.
Yeah.
jar of peanut butter.
Put in the jar together. Yeah, it's goober, I think.
That sounds gross. Okay.
So the floating sky islands are now a
Your
stronghold.
stronghold. Yep.
Nice.
All right. So I guess if we want to do final thoughts, first, thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. Thank you all for playing. This has been a lot of fun. We'll let everybody know when it goes to Kickstarter. It will be soon, but how soon? Couldn't tell you. It definitely, if we have reached this time next year, a Kickstarter will have happened.
Okay.
All right? I think that's safe to say that if a
All right.
Kickstarter has not happened by this time next year, something went horribly wrong.
Fair enough.
That I don't know. That could be an election happened. We'll find out. Not to leave it on that note, thank you all so much for playing. This has been a lot of fun. I think the way I like to end a game is to have each character, give their thoughts and what happens next. So however you all want to do that, go for it. I have no controls.
You get to click the buttons. Your button clicker tonight.
Yeah. All right. Let's
Click
do another
those
round of
buttons.
really nice
Click
confessions.
those buttons.
Nice confessions.
Kyle is having the best time he has had in 20 years. I know it ended tragically. I know we lost Scout. Do not think I haven't thought about that every single day. But to be back here with these creatures in this world, with friends, this is all I have ever wanted. And we're going to make things right again. I know we're going to make things right again.
Yeah. So, no detox cleanses or Pilates doing or yoga retreats or very questionable substances at Burning Man, or rounds of therapy are ever enough for me to recognize the fact that I'm actually not okay at all with any of this. And I would never admit it, but yeah, that really sucked what happened to Scout. And I really did have a good time here. And boy, I don't want to be back. But I think that Kyle is right and there's a reason we're here. But they better not say anything. They find out, I swear. And my socks are wet. Gosh, dang it.
I needed that so badly. That. I kind of think we might have a chance at this.
Okay, so like the anarchist in me really hates having to make the peace or whatever, but I do want to see the bad guy taken down. And what better way to do it than to unite the people of the realm? Because they can't beat everybody at the same time. I didn't realize this, but I think I've been training for this my whole life. Not that I'm a chosen one, because I choose not to be, but I'm here. And this is where I can use my chaos for good and have it be effective and take down the man. And in this instance, the man is like made of shadow and machines and has a really crazy effed up vertebrae sword with obsidian shards in it. But we're going to take him down. And it is amazing to see the light starting to come back to my friend's eyes. And yeah, okay, they're my friends. Fine, they're my friends. Even though none of them were there for me when I got kicked out of my house and was living on the street. None of them reached out to me. That's fine. Fork them.
I sent you a letter.
Yeah, what's it going to go? 3rd Street corner on 5th and Pine. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Anyway, I got thoughts. We're going to win this. Maybe. Forking down. Why are you still here? Go.
And at that moment of happiness, as the sky islands start to grow back and the waterfalls start to flow and the burned buildings are cleaned and the umbrals and they get back into the fight and they come up to guard the perimeter of the island, and the gastropodarians come and join you. Let me spend that last point of threat there.
What?
And,
what?
No.
And the last stars in the sky, night sky above you, blink out. Signs that the darkness is still growing, is still seeking to turn the entire realm into night. And it's
This game is so ominous.
So
I know, right? Oh my god.
That's where we're going to end. Thank you so much. Bye.
And there is no.
Thank you all. Thank you. So good.
Okay, I can push the button. Dang it. All right, bye.
Bye.